Welcome back, and or welcome to another episode of the Don't Start Yo Shit podcast, baby. This is episode 29. I am the host that do the most. I am the host from coast to coast. I am the host from post to post. I am King Himothy, the notorious HIM, him possible. The content is contenting, but we already know that. So, hope you enjoyed the last episode. Very short and sweet to the point, right? Gonna try to do that again this episode. Don't want to make it a long one. But like I said, welcome to episode 29. I want to thank my new subscribers for subscribing to the channel. I want to thank everybody who's really tuned into my shorts. You are blowing up the channel with the short views. Thank you very much. Now it's time to get back into the real content, which is the part, which is the Don't Start Your Shit podcast. And on this episode, we're going to start a little bit of shit because I really want to know this on the single side of it and on the relationship side of it. I want to know, is it okay to be friends with your ex? Can your significant other, if you're in a relationship, be friends with their ex? Now, we're going to start with the singles first. Now, I believe when you're single, you can talk to whoever you want to talk to. Somebody from the past, the present, the future, it don't even matter. You're single, you can talk to who you want to. But if you're single, can you be friends with an ex? Really think about that. Somebody that I'm talking about a serious ex, an ex that you genuinely love, were in love with, planned to spend the rest of your life with. You had it all mapped out, was gonna have kids, da da da. Maybe you already had kids with the person, but a serious ex. When you break up, can you still be friends with that particular ex? And excuse me, I asked that question because I want to take you there emotionally. Think about the emotional part of it. This is somebody who knows you very intimately, knows your strengths and all of your weaknesses, knows you up and down, left and right, side to side. Can you step out of a role where you were their person and put yourself in a role where now you are just supporting them in life, and when they eventually go off and get a new person, can you still just be friends with that person? It begs the question, can you really be friends with somebody you were in love with? If you've ever been in love with somebody, and let's just say you ended things amicably, maybe you didn't have a bad breakup, maybe it just didn't work out for whatever reason, but you were in love with them, can you stomach watching your person move on with somebody new? Because just think about a friendship. What a friendship is you're happy for the other person no matter what. You're happy about their happiness whether it's with you or not. So let's just say you guys break up, but you're still friends. You're hanging out. You're still pretty much linking up like a couple, but not doing couple things because you've just become friends. But let's just say your significant other moves on. They find somebody. How do you react to that? What are your feelings about that? Because if you get jealous, was it really a friendship in the first place? Did you really put yourself in the friendship role if you're jealous about your ex moving on and finding somebody new? Because maybe you were hoping that someday you would possibly be back in that spot. Which begs the question, should you have even tried to be friends with your ex that you really loved in the first place? Because is that even possible? It's a mentally, can you take yourself there? Mentally, can you do it? Um, really think about that. You try to put yourself in a mindset of, okay, me and this person did not work out, but I don't want to lose this person. That's be the biggest thing. You don't want to lose somebody, but is it to the detriment of your own happiness? You don't want to lose this person in your life because of what they meant to you, but you got to think to yourself, would it destroy you to be involved with this person every day and not be in that intimate role that you were before? Now you can't hug this, like you can hug this person, but now you can't intimately hug this person. You can't kiss this person. You can't hook up with this person if you're just going to try to be friends. Now, if you're on that friends with benefits thing, that's not what I'm talking about. It's easy to be somebody's ex and then link up because y'all still have that part of you, the connection that works, but everything else fell apart. No, I'm talking about once you've ended a relationship, you're single, and you do not hook up anymore after that. You're strictly platonic friends. Can you do that? Can you possibly put yourself in a role to not be intimate with this person anymore so you can truly have a friendship? Because you also got to think about what comes into play is when the person does move on, is their new significant other going to be okay with you being a part of their lives still? Now, in your mind, you like, oh, I was here first. I know this person, me and this person built something way before you came into the picture. That's cool. But at the same time, once you break up with somebody, you are no longer their obligation. And when they move on and they get a new significant other, their new significant other becomes a priority. And if that new significant other does not feel comfortable with you being involved with them anymore, then you have to respect whatever decision that person decides to make, whether they want to fight to keep you in the fold because you are good friends, or whether they do need to back up off you because they see something potentially special with this new person. And in order for that to work, you have to be cut out the picture. That's why it gets tricky. That's why I beg to ask this question. Can you just be friends with an ex? Should you even try, or should you even try, really? Or should you guys just go your separate ways so your lives won't cross paths? You can go your separate ways and do your own thing without any issues coming up. Now, that's for the single aspect of it. But what I'm more interested is in the relationship aspect. If you are if you are currently in a relationship, for the most part, everybody has an ex. This is for the ones who had an ex they was really hung on. They was really hooked to an ex that they really thought that they was gonna be with. You guys still try to be cool. You still would like to have this person a part of your life because of whatever the circumstances was. This person helped you get through life. It just didn't work out between you two. But this person helped you see the world differently. They got you through life, your worst time. They were there for your best times. They know you, right? If your new significant other tells you that they're not comfortable with you being friends with their ex, what do you do? Excuse me. How do you handle that? Do you have that conversation with your partner beforehand? Hey, um, me and you gonna work. This is what you need to know about me. These are my exes. This is my particular ex that I'm still cool with. And then I think, what do y'all think? Do y'all think men have more of a problem with their girls being friends with their ex, or the women have more of a problem with the men being friends with their ex? Because you got to think about it this way. For me personally, it depends on what you're trying to do. I I don't. I'm a secure man. I don't have a problem with my significant other being friends with their ex, being friendly, because I'm a big believer. If somebody was in the picture before me and they played a pivotal role in your life, like I said it before, this person may have helped you become the person that I love. I probably wouldn't even be with you if it wasn't for this person. So it wouldn't make sense to me to be like, oh no, you cannot be connected with this person because you're with me now, if they played a pivotal role in your life. Now, what you try to do with this person, that's where the debate comes into play. Because just imagine you chilling with your significant other, and they come out the room and they're leaving. You ask them where they're going, and they say, "Oh, I'm going to go see my ex. I'm going to go have lunch with my ex," or something like that. Excuse you? You're gonna go see your ex. See, that's where I have the light bulb goes on in my head. That's where the red flag goes off in my head, because I'm like, for me, I don't mind if you're having conversations with your ex via phone. Maybe you guys text every now and then. Maybe y'all have a phone call here and there. Okay. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm cool with that as long as you are comfortable with showing me what you guys are talking about. Like there shouldn't be any, like you shouldn't be having any conversations that you feel like you should have to hide. That's what I believe. So if you're talking to your ex, there should be, if I ask to see what you guys are talking about, there should be no issue with that. Hey, I would prefer if you even offer it up. Hey, I'm talking to my ex. This is what we talking about. No big deal. Blah blah blah. You know, cool. But it's one thing to take it from a phone conversation and say, okay, now you're gonna go see the person. Now that's where it's like, okay, hold on, let's have another conversation. Because that's where it's like, I get you two are connected from the past. But hanging out is a different thing. And it's not that I have a fear of you doing anything that you shouldn't be doing. It's just the fact of, why would you want to do it? Out of respect for me as your partner, I don't think you should want to. Unless it's like, unless your ex is going through like a very depressive emergency, maybe something's happening with family, and that I can understand. If you're meeting with an ex because they are going through an emergency or something health wise, cool. Check on your check on your person that was in your life. You know, check on them to see if they're okay, if they need it, they cool. I'm a decent human being. I don't have a problem with you checking on somebody, especially when you know their family and all that stuff, and you just want to make sure everything's okay. You want to make sure their family is okay, or you want to make sure they are okay if they're having a health problem. I don't have a problem with that. But to just randomly go plan activities with your ex, activities that you would do with a significant other, like, you shouldn't be going. I don't think you should be going to the movies with your ex. I don't think you should be going on a brunch, lunch, dinner, or whatever. I don't think you should be going out to eat with your ex without me. I don't think that you should be going bowling with your ex without me. Top golf with your ex without. Like, why are you doing planned physical activities with your ex that does not include me? That for me is a bit weird, and that's why I have a issue that I feel like we need to communicate about, right? It's not an issue with you being friends with your ex. It's you maybe overstepping a boundary and doing what would be things for couples with your ex instead of me, right? And I know for a fact that I feel like men have more of an issue with this than women, even though I've seen women crash out, because you women are emotional creatures. But men are territorial. What's ours is ours, and when we have you, we don't want that. We don't even want to think there's a possibility that there's another man, especially a man that's already had you before, but before me. We don't want to even think that you would rather be. We don't want to think that you would rather be with them than us. Because why are you? Would you rather be with your ex than me? Because why are you going to hang out in public with your ex? Especially when people know that that's your ex. Like, people know y'all were together. Maybe y'all have spots that y'all used to go to all the time, and y'all just want to go hang out, and y'all go to that spot. Do you really feel like that's okay? Like, just think about me for a second. Like, why would my current girl, be out with her ex? How does that look for me? Ladies, why would you want your dude to be? Because when when people step out, they step out. So just think about it. Your ex got his Sunday best, not his Sunday, but got his Saturday night best on. You know the ex is coming with with the hair fried and dyed, lace front install, whatever the case may be. You know she coming with the makeup. You know she coming with the apple bottom tight jeans on that shows the figure. You know she coming with her best because for one, she probably believes there's not gonna be many opportunities that she gets to spend time with your your man. So she's gonna take advantage of the moment that she do get that opportunity, and she's gonna wear her best stuff out. Now, whether her intentions are to do anything is irrelevant. It's the presentation, and that's where the respect factor come in. Intentions are one thing, presentation is another. It's how it looks. So that's why I'm trying to see how you guys feel about that, because if you're trying to be friends with an ex, you can really cause a problem within your own life, within your own home, because you're trying. Because for one, if a man is doing it, a woman is going to think you're being too nice. They're going to think you're being weak. You know how women are. I'm your best friend now. You hang out with me now. You don't need to hang out with any other woman now because I'm here. You know, same thing with men. Like I'm your dude now. Like whatever you was doing with him, you can do that with me now. That's a natural thing on both sides. Cool. But is it okay if your significant other is trying to at least have somewhat of a platonic communicative relationship with their ex? Is that okay with you? I'm asking you, ladies and gentlemen, is that okay with you? Can you be friends with an ex? In my case, I had, and this excludes people who have a child with their ex because we have to talk. Me and my ex have a child together. So I have to communicate with her. And we are friends. We do hang out sometimes, even when we are talking to different people. Has that been a problem before? Yes, it has on her part. Somebody, you know, I'm like I said, I'm not gonna disclose her business, but there was an issue with her still being cool with me with somebody she was talking to. They had an issue with it. And for me, it was silly because there's really no threat there. Like we are not on a romantic level anymore. Like our time was way in the past. Like we are literally trying to help each other find our person because we were not each other's. Like, so the fact that you had her, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that, I stay out of her business. And when she needs advice, she comes to me and I give it to her. Same thing with me. I've needed her advice before I went to her. And that's also why I asked the question, because sometimes the only person that really understands is your ex. Sometimes people are staying in contact with their ex to help them find their new person because they can tell you what went wrong. They can tell you what your flaws are, what your issues are, why you two didn't work, and how to apply it to the next situation so it can work. Me and my ex still have to talk, like I said, because we have a child together. So can't nobody say, "Oh, you can't talk to your ex." Uh, my ex is in the picture. We have a child together. That's that's a different. That's a separate situation. That does not count. I'm talking about an ex that you don't have any children with, so you don't have no obligation with, but you just want to stay in contact with because that's a person you feel comfortable communicating with, and it's a person you feel like you that can help you going forward in life. Is it okay for your significant other currently to have that type of relationship with their ex? Is it okay? I just want to know, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that's a good topic of discussion for you. Like I said, my take on it is, I don't have a problem with my significant other, if I was to have one, which I don't, still single, ladies, to be in communication with an ex. I only take issue if you're trying to hide what you guys are talking about, what you guys are trying to do. If you're making plans with this ex to go out and hang out, that's where I have an issue. Now, if you come to me and you communicate with me, you talk to me, and you are letting me know this is what you're trying to do, we can have a discussion about it. We can have an open discussion about it. Would I feel comfortable with you doing it or not? But I'm an open communicative person, right? I know a lot of people are not. A lot of people like, no. An ex is an ex for a reason. They should be cut off, or there should be no reason why you're trying to do anything with them. I believe that's more of a closed-minded ideology, but everybody's entitled to their own ideology. You can do what you want to do with your own life and your own situation. If that's one of your things, if that's a requirement for you, I don't have a problem with that. Live your life the way you want to live it. But a lot of people don't like being told what to do or who they can and cannot talk to. You may push your significant other into actively being rebellious because you're telling them what they can and cannot do. And some people cannot handle that. Now, if you talk to them and express to them that, hey, I don't feel comfortable with this, I would prefer you not to do it. Now it's on your significant other to display to you how much respect they have for you. But to just flat out tell them, oh, you cannot, unless it's just like a really submissive person, that can work. But in this day and age, especially if you're in a relationship where and I hate bringing this into it, but it's really a factor, especially if you're in a relationship where you're doing 50-50, to tell a woman or a man, but most specifically a woman, that they cannot talk to a certain person or speak or hang out with a certain person when they are actively a pivotal contributor to the relationship themselves, you're gonna be met with more backlash than you want, because you don't have full control over them. When you are the full breadwinner and you take care of everything, you actually can say, no, you cannot do this. But if you're splitting things, they have an opinion, they have a voice, and they 9 times out of 10 are going to want it to be heard. And they're not going to be told what to do. Let's have a conversation about it. If you're uncomfortable with it, I love you, I respect you. I'm not going to do it because you feel uncomfortable with it. But to just flat out tell them that they cannot, they may take issue with that. And I want you to be very aware of that. So all in all, because I want to keep this video short, like the last one. All in all, like I said, I want to know what you guys think. Please DM me on my social medias. Leave comments in the comment section. Tell me what you think about being friends with an ex. Are you somebody that's friends with your ex? Do you have a significant other that is trying to be friends with their ex? Is it okay if you're friends with your ex? Is it okay if your significant other is friends with their ex? Please, I would love to hear what you guys have to say about that. This is a good topic of discussion for the pod. So I want to hear from you guys. I've given my opinion on the topic. Now it's time to hear yours. And once again, I want to thank everybody who's new to the channel. Continue to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Continue to check out the shorts that I'm adding to my channel. Thank you for all the views. As of this recording, I'll probably be over 20K views, which is insane. Thank you so much for taking an interest in me and my content. And yeah, stay tuned in next time for episode 30, which is crazy because I'm also turning 30 next month. The countdown to birthday number 30 for me is on. So with that being said, this is your boy signing off. Don't start your shit. Won't be no shit. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, I'm out.